my pleasure to be with you today. Today I'm going to be doing what I call the MOTD, Makeup of the Day, and I'm going to show you the products that I use to achieve this look. So if you want to learn how to achieve a very nice, warm, summer, glowing makeup effect, then definitely keep watching. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing in any makeup application, as you know, is to cleanse your skin using a cleanser that suits your skin type. So that means using a creamy based cleanser if you have dry skin, a foaming cleanser if you have normal combination skin, and a gel based cleanser if you have oily skin, okay? And then the next step after that is to always moisturize, no matter your skin type. I know a lot of people think sometimes that if you have oily skin, you don't need to moisturize, but you actually do. Because if you don't moisturize, your skin counteracts that mechanism and it overproduces sebum, which then causes more oil production, which can sometimes lead to pimples and breakouts. And so you want to definitely moisturize. I'm currently using a vitamin E oil to do the moisturizing for me instead of a lotion, and it's right here. And it's just a vitamin E oil. I got it from CVS. It was really inexpensive, but it actually has 56,000 IU. And so that speaks to the concentration of the vitamin E. It's working really well for me, and it doesn't feel super greasy. I use just a small amount in the palm of my hand, and I dot it right around my face, and that gives me the moisture that I need. And so I really have been liking that. Next is, as we all know, it's hot outside, but all year round we should be wearing sunscreen. I've gone back to my good old L'Oreal Paris sunscreen, and this is an SPF of 50. This works so well for my skin. It gives me the coverage that I need, and I haven't burned at all when I use it, and so I really like this one. So those were the first two products that I used when applying this makeup look. I actually did not use a primer today, and the reason for that is because I really wanted to have a little bit more of my natural skin texture come out, so I didn't use a primer. But you can definitely use a primer if you want to. So, foundation. I chose to use my Laura Mercier tinted foundation, tinted moisturizer, and I use Walnut is the shade that I use, and so they come in different shades, and they also come in different formulas, which I mentioned that in my foundations video, and I'll put a link here so you can check that out if you want to learn more about foundation types. So I applied this actually using my Kabuki brush, and it's a really nice blending brush. Again, you can see a link to that video where I mentioned where I got this brush. Royal and Langnickel is the manufacturer for this particular brush, but any Kabuki brush will do. I applied that foundation in a circular motion, and as you can see, it gave me a really sheer application. I like the way that this tinted moisturizer comes out on me just because it's not heavy and it doesn't feel heavy at all. If your foundation feels like it's caked on and it's heavy on your face, then that means that it is too heavy. So you want to get something that feels light and feels sheer. So I'm actually going to transition to my brows and my eyes. To fill in my brows, I've been using an eyeshadow by Laura Mercier called Truffle, and it's a nice light brown eyeshadow. I like the way that it complements the color of my hair with the color of my complexion. And someone asked me actually just yesterday, you know, I've heard that your color of your hair should match the color of your brows, and that's not necessarily true. You can apply a color to your brows that's like a shade or a tint lighter than your natural hair color. And specifically, I don't encourage women to use black pencil or black eye powder when filling in their brows because it looks really stark and it looks really, really heavy. And so using a light brown or a dark brown works very fine as well. And then to highlight underneath my brows, I use my Mehron cream foundation. And I like the way that works for me as well. It gives a nice smooth coverage underneath my brow, and that shade is a little bit lighter than my natural complexion, and so it helps to kind of lift my eyebrows and lift the face. And I applied that using a concealer brush. This is an EcoTools concealer brush that I got from Target. And so now to the fun part for me. It's definitely the eyes. We've been doing a series over the past couple weeks and did a video about a specific eye look going from day to night. And so, but if you don't want to necessarily have to transition from a day to night look and you want your eye look to be very simple, you can always use a liquid eyeliner. And I used a liquid eyeliner by MAC, and I like this one a lot. It works very well for me, and it has a little bit of a skinny felt tip pen tip under there, and so I really like that. It's nice and easy to use. But another tip for you is you can always tap out, take the top off and just tap a little bit of this out onto the back of your hand and use a angled brush or a pointed brush to apply the liner if you feel like the felt tip doesn't work for you. But I applied that, and I just started really at the center of my eye, and then I just kind of bring it out just a little bit farther than where my eye stops, and in an upward motion. And so that gives me sort of a winged out effect. But I find that makes your look just so simple and so easy, and I don't have to wear eyeshadow to have a really nice, simple look. And of course, I love to line my waterline. I think it really just enhances the overall look of the eye. And so I used a black eyeliner. And as you can see, I lined right in here underneath, right on the lash line, and then also on the waterline. And I brought it in all the way. I usually don't do that, but since all I was doing was just liner, I wanted to have a little bit more of a dramatic effect. And for our cheeks, I am so excited, you guys. I just got this new NYX matte bronzer, and this one is in dark tan. I really, really, really like this stuff. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. I love the way that it looks on my skin. It highlights, like right here, that is just like amazing to me. I know that I naturally have high cheekbones, but even if you don't have natural high cheekbones, this is definitely going to help to enhance the corners of the face. I applied it right here and then above my temples and then a little bit on the lower part of my chin. So using that number 3 mechanism of applying it, and I applied it with a nice blush brush right here, and I just kind of went here, down, and up. So like a number 3. Just like that. And I like it. And the reason I bought this is because it's matte. I do not like when I have all that shimmer and glitter on my face. It gets onto your clothes, and even when you wash your face, sometimes it's still there. And especially if you're taking photographs, you want to avoid anything that has glitter and shimmer in it. And so I like the way this one came out. I'm a fan, and I'm going to continue to use it throughout the summertime. So definitely try this out if you haven't. But I love the way that it just kind of highlighted my cheekbones. And last but not least, our lips. I think when you're wearing a very simple kind of glowy look like this, your lips don't have to say a lot. They can really kind of fade into the background. And so I applied a lipstick by MAC, and it's a lipstick, but it has hardly any color, and it's called Tropical Mist. And you can see right there, it's a very, very, very light, like nude kind of sheer. I'll even put it on the back of my hand. Can see it just a little bit there. And so that's all I have on my face today for my makeup of the day, MOTD. And so comment below if you like this look or if you have any other questions. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel. It means a lot to me, and I love sharing about makeup tips, character, and confidence with you, because that really is very impactful to your life. So thanks you for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.